Okay, so because like we are running out of time, so let make it quick. So let me do a quick introduction, like on what we can do or on the background of Nice Actimize. All right, so I prepare a PowerPoint here, like it can be really quick, so don't worry, it's not gonna be boring. So first of all, like thanks again for your interest, like to our solutions. Well, when Albert approached us, like you mentioned that you heard our name in the market. Yes, so we are quite like famous in the market. So we are one of the largest like financial crime solutions provider in the market. So here are some like fact background, like what we do. Like we have well almost thousands of clients in the world. So all the top banks are using us around the world. So here are some of our clients like who are using our surveillance solutions in the market. So you can see all the big names there. So in APAC, we also have some big names client here. So please note like this is not all of our clients. So there are some of the clients allow us like to put the name on our introduction. So beside all this, like we also have some crypto clients. So you can see like here are some news that those clients like announced that they are using us. There are also some exchange, crypto exchange company like what Bit.com or Port like doing. So of course, like we have some award like we got some recognitions from the market, like from the consulting or from some research company like that. We always got some award like on different solutions. Okay, so big quick like here's our product portfolio. So that's mainly what we provide to our clients. So we have like three main categories. Like first of all, our bread and butter like anti-money laundering solutions. We also have anti-fraud and authentications management solutions, and also we have financial market compliance. So for the financial market compliance, this is exactly what we're going to introduce to you today. So you can see like all these solutions like support by some data. So we'll import some data or like market data or some uh, well wordings like some risk list orders like import data into our system to support like all this screening, monitoring, or detection. And of course, like beside all this detection, one of the best part of our solution is the investigation and case management, the workflows platform. So this platform allow all the compliance officers to work on all this alert and keep all the record and reporting as well. So speaking about the financial market compliance, so we also have different type of detection module. For example, we have as a whole, we have a holistic surveillance solutions, which include everything like from market communication, suitability, on conduct. But of course, you can always purchase like one of those. Like for example, in this case, in bit.com, which is for this case, we're going to uh, uh, we're going to introduce you the market surveillance. This is something that like for most of the investment or securities or crypto exchange, they will use this to monitor the market activities with some of our preset default detection models to make sure that keep you safe and keep your name like well avoid away from all those like bad news. So here are some like main challenges like for the compliance officers. I'm quite sure that you're aware of this. Otherwise, like we were not sitting here. But well, like what you just said, like complying with the regulations, one of the I think is the biggest challenges. Like because like without all these regulations, you cannot really I mean and you cannot even get your license from the regulator. And also like why you have to use this system instead of some like manual work. So because like we provide you a complete coverage. By provide you complete coverage, like we do like event reconstructions. So it means like when we get all the activities from the market or from your account, so we trying to reconstruct the event to make sure that you know what was happening, what the account, what the user are doing by doing those activities. So what are they actually trying to achieve, or is there any risk there? So this is all what the system can provide to you. Our system can provide to you. And here are some like regulations like across the world. It's all about like the market surveillance monitoring requirements. So here's the Surveil X. Surveil X like is our name of the market surveillance solutions. So how we gonna help you is like like what I said, we can provide you in a holistic way. So means that you can combine all the communications, conduct, surveillance, market surveillance into one system. But again, like well, it can work with a individual module. But the idea is like we were trying to import all the data, whatever like the activities, the news, everything's into our system, and use our analytic, machine learning and AI solutions, and at the end it generates some real alert or some well accurate alert for you. So well, in a way, it means that it save your times. So you don't have to like do all the detection yourself, and again you won't get all the false positive. So I'm not saying that well by using this you won't have false positive, but means like you can minimize all the false positive. You can spend your time to those real alert. So again, like this is how we differentiate like into different segments from market conduct, communications, and abilities. So I in the market surveillance solutions, so we make sure that like well you can cover all the asset classes, especially like for cryptocurrencies, we can do it. And we also have the intent-based detection for like market bills, cross market, cross product analytics. So it means we actually already like have some default or preset detection model like which can cover and meet the requirement from the regulators, and also specific for your business model, for your business, like for example cryptocurrency exchange. So we already have the expertise to doing so. So this is why it's useful, why our solution is so powerful, because like our consultant like from back end, like they had experience to deal with different kind of business to make sure that you got the coverage. And of course like people keep saying that crypto is a new market, but actually it happens for really long time. So that's why we have that experience. Our AI, our machine learning model can keep improving by ingesting all different type of market activities and improve our solutions detection models. So here are some asset class like coverage that well, we can do. So you can see like we can actually cover like different assets class with different activities models. Of course, you can include everything, but like we normally like trying to give you an idea what you should focus in different business. For example, in crypto, that you got ramping, spiking, inside trading. So this is all. This is most of the crypto exchange or crypto business will concern when they are doing the market surveillance. So and we have again we have the default detection model there to avoid you to get in trouble of any of these activities doing by your client. So yeah, that's pretty much of our background introductions and our solution introductions. So I will move this to a actual demo system
Yep.
demonstration for you. So but before that, do you have any questions or do you have any specific things you would like to see from demo?
Yeah, your background, I think I'm fine. And for the demo, I think mostly we are talking about the exchange surveillance. I think of course you will do that, and we have a and also other business like uh OTC. That's mean say something like market maker, they are broker. So you may, or I can see you have some watch trade ramping alert right there.
Yeah,
So just let us know the actual say if you possible some use case and
yeah,
how particularly we
yeah,
use in our system. Yeah, and then also about the data stuff, you may ask some. Of course, we can discuss after your demo, but
yeah.
I think you may just discuss some how the user can implement or extract those data for your analyze. Yeah.
Sure, sure. I think, and of course, from what I heard from our last call, you have already seen some of other solutions in the market. So make sure, like, you can use us as a benchmark or use other as a benchmark to answer some more questions. Like we definitely like can show you why we're better than the others. Okay, so maybe I let me pass it to Daniel. So
Yep, sure.
if you know if
You
you
guys
don't have
have,
any,
have any
We got,
guys, you have any
yeah,
questions?
yeah,
Rachel
we
and Wei Fan.
yeah, I think Ray fan have questions.
No question from me. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Oh, you
okay.
raised hand. Anyway, I pass it to Daniel first. Yeah.
So when we talk about those asset classes and typology, in real system, it looks like these, right? So all the front running inside the dealing and so on and so forth, like Nicholas just said, those are all pre-built typologies that you already can use. Okay. So for OTC or for equity or FX or swaps or so on and so forth, right? Those asset classes can be the subject of surveillance, right? So it works as easy as that. So the asset classes we can cover, and crypto is one of them. There are typologies that you can use already day one when you implement. So this is the real screen here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click into one of the case to showcase to you why we say that it's a holistic surveillance. So far so good. Okay, take out as yes. So I think for the surveillance area, the usually the most kind of resonating use case will be inside the dealing, because I think across all borders, across all regulators, inside the dealing is definitely something everybody is familiar with, and almost every regulator wants you to deal with inside the dealing. So the day in the life when you are using our system is you want to know about the inside the dealing case. So you click into it. We will show you why we think the case is an inside the dealing case. So the first screen that you will be looking at is the market screen. So I think this is not something that is rocket science. Pretty much all the solution provider will give you this. But why makes it inside the dealing case is these, right? So we can integrate trade data, phone data, email, news, and chat. Okay. And we will overlay all these information back to the market chat for you so that you will see what is going on here. Adjust the screen a little bit and try to showcase to you what that means. Okay. So as you can see, what we are dealing with is the equity asset, which is actually Nike. And obviously, Nike's stock price increased significantly during these days. And when we open up the news channel, we found out that actually there was a pension fund who announced that they will buy in Nike stock on the 13th of December, I believe. And obviously, this is a positive news, and our AI will mark the sentiment as bullish. Right? So, of course, on this stage, everybody will flock in to buy the share of Nike. But at the same time, there are something tricky has happened, right? So when you look at the trade data, which is from your insight, we found out that actually there are three consecutive buy record from your trader. Okay, so your trader actually bought in Nike stock before the news was announced. So there can only be two possibilities, right? First, your traders are really smart. They are intelligent enough to know that, through their research, right? They know that Nike is gonna go up. There are yet another way of thinking of it, which is the more possible possibility actually, that your trader actually knew the information before it is publicized. Okay, but with only the trade activity and only the news, you actually cannot conduct the full story. So it's only 2/3 of a story actually. So your trader trade before the news, that doesn't make it insider dealing. But if you can go to the chat record like these, right? So as you can see, there are chat and email that I can source as well within our system. The chat can work like these, right? So let me a little bit put on the screen. Let me on, yeah. So basically on the chat between Chris Dolan and Francis Sinago, there are record of speaking about a hunch in Nike, a moving of Nike, right? And so on and so forth. So we will mark the dialogue as manipulation. And there is a high possibility of this case is actually an insider dealing case. Okay, this is a high level of how it works.
Just a question. So for
yes,
the
sure.
text to be captured, so the broker or the user has to make sure the trader are using or using the check with the clients for the orders, right?
What's your concern then?
Oh, I mean, where's the source of the check? The check to be recorded. Yeah.
So we need to agree on the source of information of your communication. So take this one, for example, it's phone call. So obviously you need to record your phone. If you want to surveil email, then you have to give us email. So again, I know your concern. You're probably thinking, who is so stupid to speak something like insider dealing on phone, right? So is that something that you concern when you ask about the source?
Yeah. So you mean this is originally a phone recording, and then the user provide the phone recording and you put it as a check or the written record right here. So it can reflect in the along with the alert, the insider trading alert to okay.
Yes. So let me actually play the record for you and explain a little bit detail on how it works, right? So let me play that for you.
Yeah, thank you.
With a few of these pension fund investment guys, I wanted to reach out and keep this between us, but they were surprisingly comfortable. I don't think they really understood the event format.
No way. Any useful information that you came across?
Most stuff was common knowledge, but the California pension guy was really loose-lipped about some of their short-term trading plans. That's why I wanted to chat. I would be careful with this, but
so when we agree on the data exchange, right, we will highly suggest and highly recommend that your phone calls will be one of them. So instead of random check the phone recording, where sometimes some bigger financial institution will be asked by the regulator to random check the phone calls. Instead of that, we will suggest you to pour all the phone data into our system, and our system will run this natural language analysis for you. Okay, so we will transcribe your phone, and we will pick up the suspicious part of the dialogue. For example, like I said, there's no stupid trader who tells that, oh, I'm gonna do insider dealing. But instead, we are looking for those terms like between us, or let's not use official calls, or be careful, or common knowledge. We will transcribe that and put that into our AI model to give a risk score, right? So between us and then be careful and then common knowledge means they are dealing with something secretive, right? Secrecy is here. Unsecure is here. The tone of the guys are insecure. The collusion, there might be some collusion activity there. right? So we will kind of calculate the risk score rather than just keyword search, because keyword search, let me tell you, doesn't work. Okay, so
I think it's quite a I think it impressed me because I think for the regulated entity like SFC MAS maybe they will have to the licensee licensed corporation to has a say strict phone number to communicate with clients, but actually as you may know the crypto exchange may not have such path or protocol for the clients, but actually it's quite a useful tool. Whatever we can just give you the recording, and then you can translate as a transcript and also pick up the with or the sensitive conversation in English, right? So that's what the okay, got it. Thank you.
So let me show you why this is important. So these risk score actually are here, right? So let me go back to the case screen here, right? So now you know there are phone call, there are trade activity, there are chat and news, right? So the real analytics are here, right? So analytics are here. All right, so from chat, from market, there's a Nike stock news announcement. So we will give you a score of stock is being up or stuff like that. And we'll give you the communication score, right? Because somebody is talking about Nike and there are secrecy and collusion in it. So that's why I said you have to have that 3 parts of the story to make it an insider dealing. Okay. So this is actually why our solution is more powerful than others. We can combine those information into one, right? So market data, your trading book data, and communication data. So that was why Nicholas was talking about a holistic surveillance. But like I said, and as Nicholas said, these 3 parts, right, can be, purchased separately. You can only have trades. Of course, you can. So you can only have market surveillance where you will probably get a set of typologies like front running, insider dealing, pump and dump, layering, and so on and so forth. But if you subscribe to us with communications, then those insider dealing, pump and dump, and so on and so forth will be coupled with communications data to make it more accurate and effective.
Yeah, that's also what my actually concern, because I'm not sure what kind of data and source are available in my house. Yeah, so I just it's great to I can separate the purchase the different section or different element right there. So it's great. Thank you.
Yeah. So it's also can be incremental, right? So you can start with market surveillance if that is something that you want to report to regulator. We see sometimes this kind of requirement actually. So sometimes regulator will ask you if you have something in place, right? They will use fancier terms, but at the end of the day, what they are asking is, do you have anything in place? If so, then we can subscribe to, market surveillance first. But if you want to go down to the real risk management part of everything, maybe you can approach us like maybe 6 months or 1 year later and saying that actually we need a communication part, right? That's totally doable. So our solution is actually very modularized, right? If I can call it modularized. So if you have market surveillance, probably you will have those typologies for you, and we can discuss about the asset classes you want to pump in, what are the OTC product that you have, and so on and so forth. And let's say, for example, 6 months later, 1 year later, you say that you want communication, then we start yet another round of data cleanse and data discussion on what are the calls or texts or whatever you want to input for us as well. So it can be a project like that.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Okay. So that's actually pretty much all I have for today as a demo. So any further question for you, or you want to see yet another cases?
Hi, Daniel. Will you be able to showcase us an example of crypto asset class?
Let me check because I do think I do have exchange data and fixed income and equity. Let me check if I do have a crypto here. Here you go. There's a pump and dump for crypto. So yes, I do. And as I said, this is a live system. This is what you will get day one implemented. So I can do it live in front of you. So for example, Bitcoin. And we're dealing with Bitcoin, and this is a case of pump and dump, right? So basically, it actually works the same, right? So for pump and dump, we will pump in your data or Bitcoin's market data or your trade data or so on and so forth, right? So what we can do is pretty much the same. We will give you an idea why we think this is a pump and dump, right? So for transactions, you can see into the transaction here. So buy and sell, right? There are several buys from your trader, several sell from your trade, or you are running a brokerage. This is from your customer, can be from your customer's transaction activity. And we will use the analytics to tell you why we think that's a pump and dump. For example, pump and dump usually requires a window, right? Pump window, dump window, right? So, that's kind of the market, surveillance that this is the kind of the experience that we got from the regulators all around the world. So we didn't invent the term of pump and dump. I think it's American. I'm not sure. Let me check for you. But somewhere the regulator will define what is a pump and dump activity. And when we have that requirement, we will like take it and make programming codes into it, and we will come up with this kind of analytics. So pump, there's a window. Dump, there's a window. And the pump and dump, there's a ratio to it, right? So we will mark and raise this issue for you, telling you that, okay, for Bitcoin, this looks like a pump and dump activity. Do you want to further investigate it? And in this example, I think I don't have communication for this one, right? But if you do need communication data for pump and dump case, you can do it. Okay. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, thanks.
Sure. So, yep. Any other question from you?
No question from me. Yeah.
Okay. So let me bring something for you as well, right? So usually when we talk about compliance or risk management, it is quite important for you to look for a system that can provide you audit trail, right? So we are not only good at putting all the information in analytics, as we have developed in compliance area for probably 2 decades. The case investigation itself is quite strong. Let me tell you why. So there's the workflow management for you as well, right? So you can change the step, right? So I think this is quite basic. Every compliance software should have this. If not, I will be quite surprised. So you want to change the step to escalation, or you want to close. Those are configurable within our system. You can also assign, the case owner within your organization. That's basic. Everybody should have it. You can
Sorry,
notes.
how can we put down our rationale justification to close the case?
Yeah, here.
Oh, right,
There's
okay,
a
thank you.
note. So let me just say close, right? So I can save OK. And if you want to see a note here, oh, somebody already done that, right? So like I said, it's audit trail, right? Who, when, what. This is quite important. So I log in as Kelly. Kelly just mark a note, say close. So it's there. And one thing that is definitely ours is we can actually send email from our system. This is unique to NICE Actimize. I think we are the only one who can do this, right? So most of the time, there will be a time when you want to close the system and actually go to your email system and type those, emails telling somebody else to feed information back to you, right? That happens. But we think that it generates operational risk because manual work means manual error. So instead of asking you to jump out of the system, we have email built into our system so that for not obvious reason, you can ask your customer or ask your frontline what this case is all about, and the email will come back to the system automatically. So you do not actually need to go to your Outlook or Lotus Notes. And the audit trail, that's quite basic. All the actions, who add node, who unlock the case, who whatever, who create the RFI and so on and so forth, who, what, when, the same, will be recorded in the audit trail. Okay, so I just add a note just now. So of course it will be recorded, right? So all the investigation side, it's there. And the analytics side, it's actually there, right? So this is a very powerful compliance solution. So I'm gradually move from the surveillance to compliance, as you might already know what I'm hinting, right? So our AML or fraud system works exactly the same. Actually, the cases here, you can actually pull in your AML cases here. The email, the notes, the workflow can be done the same way. So you can actually integrate your cases back into our system as well. But that's another story.
Yeah, actually, this is quite a important question. Yeah, to us and Chris, and we always ask the vendor whether we can integrate other, say, AML surveillance. I'm not sure how deep you know about the crypto red hat side, but we have say Elliptics. We screen the waters, and also we may do a well check for the sanction screening and also other things. So see if you have any, say, dashboard or integration platform for us to have a look. Yeah.
Let me show you something. So you might, okay, then that gets a little bit interesting then. Okay, let me show you something actually. So hold on a second. Let me log to our AML system for you to let you take a look. Okay. Why we say that this is powerful, there's a reason to it. I'm logging in as AML system. I want to put a comparison for you like these, right? So as you can see, hold on, let me put it down here. It's a bit tricky. So if I put
you can always press your window button on your laptop and then left and right.
Oh, okay then. So on the left-hand side, this is market surveillance. On the right-hand side, this is our AML. Now you see it's identical. So whenever, whether you have AML or market surveillance or fraud, it all works the same way. So that means you actually can pump your AML case into our case management. So your AML case can be next to your market surveillance. So you can see inside the dealing, for example, with your war check result at the same time. How that does is this, right? So I'll give you an example of how it works. So Qantas company maybe. Okay, this one. So without telling you that this is an AML, and I kind of dwarf that statement a little bit for obvious reason. There's a company called Qantas. The two orange dots are cases, right? And if you expand and you choose to pump in your cases, right? As you can see what I'm doing when I'm expanding the cases, there are more and more orange cases being pumped in. This is how we work. Without telling you that this is an AML system, we actually can pump in cases from outside or inside. Inside, of course, if you subscribe to our AML, of course, you can use it. But if you have an external alerting world check or whatever system, it can be pumped into our system. So all the orange dots are cases that you can use already in our system. So this is an AML, this is a trace surveillance. It can be shown on the same screen. And I would argue that you can save time investigate like this, right? So it no longer there is an AML analyst or trace surveillance analyst. You can look at the cases in one go the same time, and I argue that can save your time. So interestingly, since you are crypto, I'm not sure you do have a cipher trace. You heard that before or no?
Cipher trade.
Yeah, we heard about it. It
Okay.
has
So
transaction monitoring solutions and as well as the travel solutions.
yeah. So actually, we already embed CipherTrace in our system. Let me show that to you. So as you can see, we argue that the platform is more important than the analytics or functions itself. So we create something that we call marketplace that we will include most of the niche library, actually, application library. We will include most of the nowadays cutting edge technology into our ecosystem. CipherTrace is one of them. So if you consider to use CipherTrace to subscribe their information, I would suggest you don't need to go to them, go to us. We can get a discounted price for you, and it is integrated already within the single view of case investigation. CipherTrace is here. Some of the other names probably is not relevant to you, but there are, fintech that, we typically don't invest into building it ourselves, but others doing better than we. So, there are VASP Bank, VASP, information that we already can use. CipherTrace already worked with us for 2-3 years, I guess. So CipherTrace information can be here, just for your information. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. I noticed them. Yeah, I touched base with them a lot years ago. Yeah, so I just yeah.
So if you feel like their thing is okay, probably we can source that for you with a good price, because we do CipherTrace for many of our clients. They choose to use us because it's a platform that matters. CipherTrace, yes, they do provide those information, but at the end of the day, it is your investigation that is more important.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, we cover like few different modules here. So not
Yeah.
only about the market surveillance. So from market surveillance to like communication surveillance, so which make it like a holistic surveillance. And at the end, Daniel will show you the transaction monitoring, which will belongs to our AML solutions modules. But after all, like I mean, like from the call last week, I knew that like you actually I know you're not saying that you will buy everything, but like you are interested to know like what solutions could help you. So and this is exactly what Daniel trying to do, is like trying to introduce you something that the crypto market, our client, will use to protect their company.
Yeah, actually, I mean, say surveillance is just a starting point
Yep.
for say, because I suppose a vendor, if they only supply any single solution, can't survive anyway. Yeah, so I think everybody approach like that. So of course, it's quite impressed that you guys have such integrated platform. So I just see whether Rachel and Wei-Fan has any question for that, for any further question before we go to say some commercial and say technical things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no further questions. Thanks.
Also, no question from me. Thank you.
Sure. Okay. So like what you said, like we can discuss a little bit on the technical side. So I'm not sure like are you really against on putting your system on cloud, but like the market surveillance actually is one of our cloud solutions. So we provide these solutions like a SaaS solutions like clouds as a services. So which will host it in our cloud. So then if my memory is correct, is you can put on AWS in Singapore, right?
Yep. Usually we run it at AWS, but nowadays I think Azure, Azure,
Sure. Yeah.
Azure,
Microsoft Azure.
yeah, that one. Azure is okay as well.
Yeah,
But
I think yeah, well, we are using some cloud solution for our say email or in internal. I think we don't really listen to do so, as cloud is more used for convenient for cross-border communication and using. So we don't really listen, but it just we have some say privacy protection, something like protection, something like that. I think so. So it's okay.
Yep, perfect. So that's
And yeah, about the API stuff, other vendor can send us the say API guidance or something like that. I think you guys have some documentation, right? So just
Yes.
let us know. Yeah, and then our developer can access those technical terms and usage, something like that.
Yeah, we are famous for having a thick book on those things, cyber securities, data, and so on and so forth, of course. But we can discuss it in a separate session. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So last for the commercial thing, I think you have the fixed schedule, right? But I think you may need some data or information from me for the file rise, right? So I'm not sure how you propose your fee schedule, because it's quite important for me to get back to for the comparison. Yeah.
Understood. Okay, I will leave the commercial like after the call. To be honest, I have to work on the product that you are interested. Like what I said, Daniel explained that like several modules. Uh well the price of course like difference, and we can like give you some breakdown like if you are only looking for a certain like solutions like the market surveillance, that is something that like you definitely need
Yeah,
it.
I got you. Sorry, let me just give you some information for that.
Yeah.
I think basically the surveillance, of course, what we want to know. So what we know. So we at least have a basic code on this, and then for the incremental, say different I mean add-on products like say email. I don't think we can do the say phone recording surveillance right now, because we have so fixed size, something like that. But for say some basic written documents, say news and email, I think quite useful, because say any Elon Musk just said something yesterday, and we need such news to be able to check Bitcoin bounce and another thing. I think is quite useful and quite quite normal to ascertain whether a transaction in crypto is suspicious, I think. So I mean, just basic ideas like that. So I think just you can build your fee schedule on such scenario. Yeah.
Sure.
So I guess the asset class, it's only crypto and OTC, right?
OTC is also crypto.
Okay.
Just the difference is just we are the market makers, so we are just like a brokerage firm to source the liquidity in different exchange and other OTC provider, and we provide a code with to our client to see whether they just buy it from us.
So I think you need to help us on one thing actually, because we traditionally we will separate different modules for buy side, sell side, exchange, market maker. But I think it doesn't apply that way for you, because it's a little bit different. But if I want you to give us an idea, would you call yourself buy side or sell side?
Let me see. Sell side.
Sell side, yeah.
Sell side.
Okay.
Yeah. Sell side.
Okay.
But
I think-
you may if it you a bit ambiguous, but of course we are sales side brokerage crypto brokerage firm. It's one of them, but my main focus is still our bit.com, the exchange. That means they are a order matching mechanism. So bid us, and then so the OTC is another thing. You if it's difficult, just ignore it. But the exchange you will take just simply Binance and also Coinbase, something like that. Just exchange seller and buyer and purchaser at the same time give us the bid and ask price, and then we match for them.
Yeah, I think I subscribed to your app or something. Let me check.
What?
Oh, yeah, I do. I do try to buy some Bitcoin myself as well. Okay, so and okay, so can you give us a idea of the transaction volume then?
Yeah, I don't have such information. If I have just on the coin market cap, so so I have no such detail. But if you want to know, I will get back to my team to see how deep or what kind of figure they can give you. So you can just let me know after the call. What kind of data information you know?
Okay, so Nicholas, probably I will send you the typical sizing thing for you,
of course,
because that is a little bit related to the pricing actually. So
yeah, of course. I know the number of users, number of accounts.
Yeah, of course. I previously worked with a IBAN and the secondary market. Of course, is the trading volume, of course, to assess how our assess or how the volume we will use your tool is. Of course, I understood. So just let me know anything affect your fee schedule, and I will just try my best to get back to you.
Sure. Good.
So yeah, I think that's pretty much for this call. I mean, like hope you have a really good understanding of our solutions. Like you have seen our system demo. I mean, like for our next step, so we will draft you a summary, like what we have explained today, what we should move forward. Like for example, we will send you some questions to get some key elements for the pricing schedule. And well, I mean, let's keep in touch. I don't know like how quick you can move forward, or do you expect to buy the system or buy this type of system like this year, or
Yeah, I think so. They have the management has such plan, but I'll get back to you. I'm not. I really think they are doing the comparison.
Yeah.
And I just think. But at this moment, I can't answer you.
Understood. I mean, like of course, like you will have to do some market research on this too. I'm sure you have done some with other vendor already, but yeah, let's see like how we can well propose. I mean in terms of the commercial or like other proposal, like the solution proposal as well. But like we can keep in touch like on emails or phones. Yeah, you got my numbers. You can call me anytime.
Yeah, I think what I can let you know is just you may let me have your document. I think mainly this recording and also some document and just some fee schedule and the question you know. I will just give them to our CCO, and and after he read them, I think there is some conclusion from our end. Yeah. Of some progress on our end. Yeah, that's what I can guarantee you guys.
No, it's okay. Well, it's hard to just guarantee in a meeting. So we will see like how it progress. Like don't worry. Yeah, I'll keep in touch.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So so any other questions before we end the call, Rachel and Wei-Fen?
No question.
All right,
Okay.
thank you. So
Thank you.
thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Albert. Thank you, everyone.
Keep in touch.
Yeah, keep in touch.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.